Tulip Play says, Quita, quick thoughts on Sparks getting two second round picks for a third, and Lexie Brown opens up a slot for the ninth pick. Sellers or FUD, hopefully. So here's the deal. Here is the deal. I actually was planning on talking about this, and so yeah. Not only did Brianna Turner just sign a contract with the Indiana Fever, we also, a couple days ago, saw a trade that was surprising, but also makes a lot of sense, in my opinion. We also saw a trade that involved the LA Sparks and the Seattle Storm. The LA Sparks received the Storm's 21st pick in the 2025 WNBA draft and received a second round pick in the 2027 draft. And in return, the Seattle Storm received Lexie Brown and also received the 26th overall pick in the 2025 draft. Now, some people, when this happened, some people were like, "What? Man, the LA Sparks got rid of Lexie Brown for nothing." Here's the deal, guys. Yes, Lexie Brown is someone who can score. She is. However, availability is something of a concern for Lexie Brown. She has Crohn's disease, and that's a very nasty disease that has limited her play on the basketball court, right? She missed a huge amount of 2024 because of Crohn's disease. And she's someone, yes, can absolutely score, can knock down some buckets, can shoot threes, can make stuff happen. She is a good player, and when healthy, she was a good player for LA. It's just that you just never know when that Crohn's disease may flare up and she has to miss a game or two, or even 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 weeks of basketball during the regular season. And the LA Sparks are in a position that they are trying to build for the future, right? They are trying to make some stuff happen. They have a new coach. They brought in Kelsey Plum, right? They're trying to move forward with KP, Rakia, and Cameron Brink. That's what they're trying to do, right? And they got Lynn Roberts, who's looking to push pace, looking to make some stuff happen. Availability is crazy important for the LA Sparks. And they're like, you know what? Lexie Brown is a good player. She is. She can score. Absolutely. However, we need her on the court. And over the last couple seasons, she hasn't been available because of Crohn's disease. That's not her fault, right? It's not her fault at all, but it's just a factor. And because of that speculation, I think that LA was like, you know what? We got to part ways, In 2024, Lexie Brown played in 16 games. 16. In 2023, she played in 12. Availability is important. LA needs to turn stuff around now, and they can't just leave a position like that, where someone may or may not be playing in 2025, right? Now again, Lexie Brown is a good player, but health-wise, you just don't know. Though right now she is balling in Athletes Unlimited. Though she's doing her thing in Athletes Unlimited. So right now she's good, but she is under contract for 2 more seasons. So that's another thing. That is another thing. She is under contract for 2025 and 2026. All right. So yeah, that's something to note. That is something to note. Okay. All right. Let's get back to what y'all want to talk about. I wanted to make sure that I hadn't had a chance to really talk about this trade and talk about my thoughts, but I think this makes a lot of sense for LA. For Seattle, I don't totally get the trade, to be honest with you. I don't totally get it, because Seattle is also a team that is trying to win, right? And yes, a healthy Lexie Brown can add to that, and it also helps that her contract isn't like crazy high, but still, like it's a bit curious, but absolutely, best wishes for Lexie Brown. Once a Sky player, always a Sky player. So like, I'm always gonna rock with Lexie Brown because of that. She again, she is a good player, but it's just Crohn's disease sucks, man. It sucks. It really, really, really does suck. And is always a reminder that hey, these athletes are human, right? These athletes are human. They go through real diseases, and they got to live with it, man. They have to live with it. So yeah, that is the news related to Lexie Brown. All right. It's me says maybe Lexie would be part of a package trade with Connecticut. I mean, Connecticut has gotten rid of everything. I don't know what else Connecticut can get rid of. Like I just don't. I just don't know what else they can get rid of. I'm serious. I don't know what else they could. Rizzle says the Storm are making moves that make it seem like they won't be picking Olivia. How? What moves are they making that makes it seem that way? Lexie Brown is not a point guard. She's not. So I don't think they've made any moves necessarily that makes me think that they wouldn't get Olivia, because here's the deal. Yes, that was not the only move that the Seattle Storm have made. They also made some other moves as well. Let's actually hold on. Let me actually share my screen. We'll walk through this real quick. Brandon said, thanks so much for the super chat. Says Lexie refers to herself as a point guard, but I agree with you. Yeah, she refers to herself as a point guard. Dana Evans thinks that she's a point guard as well, but I don't believe either one of those players are point guards in the WNBA. I don't. In Athletes Unlimited, sure. Overseas, sure. But in the WNBA, no. They're shooting guards. Lexie Brown is a shooting guard. She's not a point guard. Yes. Can she pass the ball occasionally? Yes. But that does not make you a point guard, okay? It does not make you a point guard. No. I don't believe that Lexie Brown is a point guard. Yes, she thinks that she may think that she is. I don't think she is. She is a good player, but she is a shooting guard. The Seattle Storm are also making quite a bit of moves, right? Not only did they just get Lexie Brown, but they also got Zaya Cook on a training camp contract, so not guaranteed. That is a training camp contract. They got Brianna Fraser on a training camp contract, as well as Mackenzie Holmes, who signed her rookie scaled contract. I am so excited about Mackenzie Holmes. I thought she was a really good player in college. And I am really, really interested to see her get signed with the Seattle Storm, because I do think having her under Nneka Ogwumike, and I think that's really going to help Mackenzie Holmes' further development. Like I think she really could be a good big in the WNBA. And I think all she needs is just to have some really good vets to play under. And I think this is going to be huge for her. So I'm very much excited about Mackenzie Holmes.